Sometimes the story behind a book is also important to tell. People come into our lives, events happen. We don't realize at the time how they will fit together. The story behind Anna's little buddy began the day our daughter Gabrielle was stillborn. My heart bled and my soul wept. When our son Nathaniel was born, my heart danced and my soul sang. My greatest pain and my greatest joy would take me on a quest, bringing more beginnings and endings and an answer to where to go from here. Nathaniel at age 2 meets Anna tending her garden at the fence between our yards. Thus, their special friendship begins. Meanwhile, I'm volunteering at the Center for Grieving Children, supporting children on their journey and finding a path towards healing from the loss of Gabrielle. Anna becomes sick. I'm faced with Nathaniel's questions and grief response to Anna's illness and later her death. As part of my own healing, I write a children's story about Nathaniel and Anna's special friendship for my college class. The professor deems it publishable worthy. Years pass. Lois, a family friend, invites us to the children's bookseller to meet her friend, Ashley Bryan, from Little Cranberry Island. His storytelling is captivating and compelling. The encounter would later inspire me to pursue my own book. But for the next 20 years, my time and attention are concentrated on raising my children and others' children and caring for my mom diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Occasionally, I share my story with families experiencing a loss and needing guidance. Each time, I come away even more convinced that this story has a place in the lives of children. Someday, I hope. Years later, I meet a self-published author. My sister buys me her book. Inside is a bookmark detailing self-publishing. Over the next few years, I look at it, thinking about my story. Then finally, I release my hesitations and partner with God to make my book a reality. I retrieve the bookmark and contact Maine Authors Publishing. They like my story and connect me with illustrators. One is Rebecca Reinhardt, a perfect match for my book. Rebecca brings my story to life with her moving illustrations. I'm now making decisions for the cover and endorsements. My story is about grief, so I visit Susan Roy at hospice. She readily offers her endorsement. I want the second one to be a children's author. What are the chances of it being Ashley Bryan? That same day, I attend the memorial for the husband of Lois, a friend who first introduced me to Ashley. As serendipity would have it, I meet neighbors of Ashley on Little Cranberry Island. I tell them about my book. They give me Ashley's address. Feeling hopeful, I rush home and pen a letter to Ashley. I share how he had inspired me over 20 years ago with his storytelling and beautiful spirit. I include my book dummy and ask if he would consider endorsing my book. I plaster stamps on an envelope, arrive at the post office for the last pickup. I kiss and slide the envelope into the slot, then see the sign. Envelopes with wrong postage will be returned. I hear footsteps on the other side of the mail slot. I press the buzzer. A clerk appears. I explain my dilemma. He retrieves my envelope. With all these stamps, this would have been pulled as a suspicious package. He offers to send it metered mail on Monday. I sigh. I was hoping it would go today. He responds, "You are aware the post office is closed?" I nod. His eyes soften. I'll try. Overjoyed by my leap of faith, I visit my friend Deb. There, in her living room, is a picture of Ashley Bryan. She tells me about visiting Little Cranberry Island for the opening of Ashley's Storytelling Pavilion. I tell her about my book and my package on its way to Ashley as we speak. Moments happen which can't be explained. We write them off, not seeing the gifts God has placed before us. Something magical was happening with my book. With an expectant heart, I begin seeing and accepting the gifts. The greatest gift comes later, reading my book to my mom. Ashley receives my story and gives his endorsement. I call him when my book comes out. "Congratulations," he exclaims. "Be sure to celebrate this first book." Then adds, "You are writing another one, aren't you?" On a lovely July morning, my husband David and my friend Deb, by my side, leave the mainland of Southwest Harbor and travel by mailboat to Little Cranberry Island, where I hand deliver my book to Ashley, the thank you copy. My book journey has taught me to put my intentions out there. People and events will appear to light the path, sometimes in unexpected ways. Gabrielle's death and Nathaniel's loss of a friend were the catalysts for my book and gave purpose to Gabrielle's life. Anna's little buddy invites children and adults to share their stories, to speak of illness and death, of loving someone and losing someone we love. It's through sharing our sad and scary feelings that they lose their power over us. I dedicate this in my mother's memory. Thank you.